All right, time for something heavy outside our Beacon Hill studio. Cosmo Macero of Indiana Associates, a man who dropped our other mic, so I will be using the only mic. Nice job. Peter Kagis of the Boston Phoenix, a man who can't wait to see Twihard 5 instead of Lincoln. Are you going to Lincoln at least?
Oh, I'm going to Lincoln. Sequestration hits Fox 25. This is budget cuts, obviously.
Stand back when I get to Peter.
I tried to go this weekend, and every show was sold out.
Patience, my son. We'll get there. Let's start with General Petraeus, obviously, and the sex scandal rocking the CIA and the military. Simple question, knowing what you now know, Cosmo, and there's so many unanswered questions, but are you laughing or crying at this time?
I'm still scratching my head is what I'm doing, just trying to follow all the different movements. Clearly it was potentially a great security threat, and that's why the general stepped down. But all of the details of the case as they come out each day become more and more puzzling. And
so you're laughing, you just don't want to admit you're laughing.
I'm chuckling and I'm shaking my head disapprovingly.
Another human comedy, and we are human, and we're finding out that our leaders are in the military division are as well. I wonder what was going through Ms. Kelly's mind. I mean, has she never heard of St. Catherine, who warned people, be careful what you pray for, when she sicked the FBI on Miss Broadwell? I don't know. I hate these big sex scandal stories, especially when there are people with families involved. I'm a real softy about this stuff. But, historically, if the standard we're applying today applied, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin would have been run out on the rail of public life.
On the other hand, Cosmo, can't you be slightly amused at the fact that Jill Kelly goes to the FBI and the guy investigating the case immediately sends her a shirtless picture of himself? Like, isn't this like going to the FBI to say, hey, Whitey's on me, and look what happened?
I know, it's like an infection. Everyone involved in the case somehow makes a bad decision. How do you investigate a case and decide, I'm going to peel off my shirt and send a photo? So that's the part I'm laughing about most of all. It's absolutely puzzling.
And as Peter says, we're all crying for Petraeus' wife because she's the sad victim in all this.
Unquestionably.
Let's move on to John Kerry for a second, the man who resides right over our shoulder here, because the rumor is, according to the Washington Post, he's going to be Secretary of Defense, not Secretary of State. What do you make of this move?
Look, I think the senator's got the temperament and certainly the experience and knowledge to fulfill that position. Yesterday it was Secretary of State, today it's Secretary of Defense. I guess we'll see. I think we can probably bet on the fact that he's going to have the opportunity to move on, write the next chapter of his life, and there's going to be an open Senate seat here in Massachusetts.
I have no doubt that Senator Kerry would make a great Secretary of Defense. However, I think we should get ready to see those pictures of him with his long hair protesting the war in Vietnam coming back out. Susan Rice as Secretary of State, I think, is problematic. She'll be confirmed if the president pushes for her. But she's the sort of Democrat who, wants to wage war in part all over the world to right human wrongs. And while her heart's in the right place, I'm not sure her head is.
What's the more interesting confirmation hearing, Rice getting ripped on Benghazi or the old stock footage of Kerry throwing away his medal stuff?
I think the Rice one will probably be very interesting because it's new and there's new issues to deal with. We've seen the whole Kerry thing. We've seen the Swift boating. I think Peter's right. That's going to be very interesting.
Lastly, if Kerry does get nominated and then gets appointed, just hypothetical, so early in the race, obviously, but a year from now, who would be the junior senator from Massachusetts? Use that crystal ball, Cosmo.
Yeah, I'll just say there's going to be a lot of usual suspects. I think some experienced legislators like Mike Capuano and Steve Lynch who want to get in the mix. Sort of newcomers but not readies like Seti Warren. Probably someone or other from the business community steps forward. It's going to be an interesting mix who are angling for it.
Just so everybody notices, Cosmo's holding the umbrella so that the rain just totally nails your side.
My shrewd answer is I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's too early to say.
To predict who will take the seat, absolutely. But I think you can predict the kind of people who'll get in the mix.
Cosmo Macero, Vanille Associates, Peter Kagis of the Boston Phoenix. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while, fellas. Fox 25 News at 8 starts.